Hey guys, Jamie here. Just want to wish all my Liverpool fan subscribers a happy 20th anniversary of Istanbul today. Hope you all enjoyed the Premier League trophy celebrations. I certainly did. Result and match was a bit frustrating, but yeah, well, we've already won the league. Doesn't really matter. It is still frustrating that we didn't win, but yeah, whatever. Anyway, today I thought I would review these to celebrate the 20th anniversary. No real reason, just today's the 20th anniversary of Istanbul. I actually just rewatched the match this morning. And I actually rewatched the second disc yesterday, The Road to Istanbul. All the European matches on the Road to Istanbul. From the first match away at Graz Ak in the qualifiers up until the semi-final against Chelsea. So yeah, we'll get started here. We'll review this first. My first ever football DVD that was actually mine. Liverpool Football Club Champions of Europe 2004. Liverpool Football Club Champions of Europe 2005. The official season review. Every European, Carling Cup and Premiership goal in a history-making season. You can pause and read that if you want. I'm not reading that entire thing. There's the picture from Istanbul at the end of the season. Look at that team, man. Look how young Carragher is. Look at that. Look how young Jamie Carragher is. Where's Gerrard? There he is there. Can't really see very well, but he has not aged much. He looks a little bit bigger because he's just older. That's just natural aging. It just happens. It's not his fault. But yeah, you got Garcia, Smeetser, Carragher, Cisse. I thought that was Traore for a second. That must be one of the coaches. That must be a couple of the coaches there. Florence in him up on goal. Who is that? Is that Hossamy? Haman, Hipia, Morientes is in there somewhere. That's Harry Kewell. I thought that was him. There's Barros. Dudek, obviously the hero. Risa, Alonso, Finnett. What a team, man. What a team. And open this up. There's your disc. This is probably my favourite football DVD of all time. Because I used to watch this season review over and over and over and over and over. And we were a bit crap in the league that season. We finished 5th. But in Europe, for some reason, we beat the champions of Italy at home. We beat Bayer Leverkusen, destroyed them 6-1. We beat the champions of England without conceding a goal. Then we beat AC Milan. I'm getting interrupted. Damn it! Sorry about that. Anyway. And then we beat AC Milan in the final from 3-0 down. After the group stage where we could barely beat Deportivo and Monaco. I mean, we beat them pretty convincingly at Anfield, but when we went over there, we struggled in Monaco. Deportivo at home, we had a 0-0 draw, and then a 1-0 win over there with an own goal. That was actually a pretty decent team. They had Walter Pandiani, they had... Who else did they have? I only know that Pandiani guy because he played for Birmingham. That's literally that's the only reason I know who that is, because he scored against Liverpool for Birmingham once. Apart from that, I hadn't a clue who he was until I watched that DVD. But they had other people. They had a goalkeeper called Molina with an O, not an E, before anyone starts confusing him with the female wrestler Molina. We were a bit crap in the league that season. We lost twice to United, we lost twice to Chelsea, we lost to Goodison, we lost at Burnley with that classic own goal. We lost at Newcastle, we lost at Man City, we lost at Arsenal. Which is weird because that Arsenal match at home is one of my favourite matches ever. We lost the League Cup final to Chelsea. I mean, we got to the final. I mean, we had 2 1-0 wins against Watford in the semi-final. Yes, Watford. Yeah, overall, fun season. The derby at Anfield this season is one of my favourites. I love that one. But yeah, overall, fantastic day, fantastic European season. Bit of a crap league season, but we had some fun moments in there. And yeah. So yeah, that's that one. Moving on to the... I don't know if... Does anyone else have this? The special 2-disc collector's edition of the Champions League final. And you're not going to believe this. I even have this on the PSP. Just the final, by the way, not the Road to Istanbul. The PSP one is just the final. And the back of it is the same. Apart from they've just thrown Steven Gerrard up there for whatever reason. Decoration, I guess. Anyway, there's all your matches. If you want to pause it and read that one. Or that one, go ahead. I mean, you're probably better off reading this one because you can actually sort of see this one better. That one, it's a little bit damaged because I've had this. Well, I had this years ago, but I didn't have the slipcase. I just had this cover. You see different action shots there from Risa. I'm not sure if that's the final. There's Risa against Olympiacos. There's Gerrard's header. There's Barros against Juve. I think that's away, actually. And then there's Garcia's ghost goal against Chelsea. I'm still not convinced if that was in or not. I'm more convinced that it wasn't in more than it was, but the noise was just so nuts that if the referee didn't give it, he might have thought somebody was going to knock him out at half-time or something. And then there's your victorious team at the end of the final. And there's a shot of Steven Gerrard. That man has not aged much at all. He doesn't look much older. There's Jimmy Traore. Is that Garcia? With his hands over his face. Who's that? Who is that? I have no idea who that is. There's a lovely shot of Rafa and Steven Gerrard there. So disc 1 is the final, the entire match. You actually get some interviews as well and sort of build up around, well, not around the city, but like shots of the city. And then you actually get some shots outside the ground with the fans as well. Before you get some like interviews, the team's coming in, you get to see the fans. You get to see the fans going from the airport to Turkey. And then after the match, the full match, by the way, with ITV's commentary, you get the celebrations, you get to see fans in a bar, and I'm assuming in a bar somewhere in Liverpool celebrating, and then you get to see shots outside of Anfield, people celebrating, like dramatic reenactments of the final. Well, not reenactments, but like dramatic edits of the match itself. With the music, I'm not sure what the song's called, but it goes da 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 da. That one. If you, it's one of those you'll know it if you hear it, but you don't know the name of the song. You know them songs. But yeah, incredible match. Honestly, I watched the match earlier. AC Milan absolutely dominated the first half, and then in the second half, it was a bit even for like 8 minutes, and then Steven Gerrard scored. After that, I don't think an AC Milan player touched the ball for like 20 minutes. Literally, I don't think an AC Milan player touched the ball for like 20 minutes after Steven Gerrard scored. Liverpool then went forward, had some sort of offside call, I think, or free kick, whatever it was. Anyway, they played on. Then Smeetser scores out of nowhere. He just has a random shot, and it somehow Data lets it go in. And then all of a sudden, it's back to 3-2, and you're like, oh my god, what's going on? What is people watching this at 3-0? Imagine leaving the room and coming back in 10 minutes later. You'd be like, what the hell was going on? They were losing 3-0 when I walked out of the room. What's going on here? Like, imagine they're 3-0 up, and you go to take a crap or something at 3-0, and you come back down 10 minutes later and it's 3-3. You're like, what the hell's going on here? It was madness. Nobody watching it. No one had a clue what was going on. Anyway, after that, it was a bit not back and forth. It was more like just passing around, and there was the odd chance. AC Milan were getting chances. Liverpool weren't really getting chances, but they had a lot of the ball. Then, obviously, the save at the end of extra time, which even Dudek himself doesn't have a clue how he managed to save that. Like, literally, ask him. I've read his book, and I've seen interviews. He still, to this day, does not have a clue how he kept that out. He literally, the first one was just instinct, jumped down to the side. The second one, he literally just chucked his arms up and hoped for the best. And there's a quote from Andy Gray that he literally said during the replay on the Sky Sports broadcast. When Andrei Shevchenko misses this, with less than 3 minutes to go, you might as well start carving Liverpool's name on this trophy. And yes, my Scottish accent is impeccable. And then obviously the penalties, which infamous Serginho missed. Serginho's one was terrible, by the way. Anyway, who scored? Haman scored first, one of the slowest run-ups I've ever seen, and then just whacked it in the corner. By the way, this was in the Ataturk Stadium in Istanbul. Galatasaray Stadium, I think. I'm pretty sure it's their stadium because they played there in the Europa League in 2015 and lost on penalties, funny enough. But yeah, Serginho missed, Haman scored. Then Pirlo missed with Dudek nearly on top of him. He was that far off his line. Seriously. Even Clive Tilsley. If you watch the match back, Clive Tilsley was literally laughing at how far off the line he was. Then Cisse scored. Then Yondal Thomason scored to make it 2-1. Then Risa missed and Kaká equalised. Then Smeetser scored. His last ever act for Liverpool was to score a penalty. And then, obviously, Shevchenko missed. Wild celebrations ensued. We all know what happened. But yeah, I'll just show you the inside of the case now. I've rambled enough. And there's disc 1, the final. And disc 2 is the Road to Istanbul. I'll just show you... I didn't show you in there, actually. I don't think... Does this... Hang on. Does this PSP one have any... No, it doesn't. It just has the disc. There's no design here. But yeah, there you go. UEFA Champions League final. This isn't fake at all. Come on, focus. There you go. There's Granada Ventures. There you go. Are they still kicking around? Granada. They're one of the really old original ITV stations. Let me just show you this here. There you go. Look at that. I mean, the side of that's kind of blocked out Stephen Gerrard, but you got... Who is that? Is that Hossamy? But yeah, what a shot. Risa with that bloody hat as well. I think Barros and not Alonso, Smeetser were not. Well, Smeetser was carrying it around. Gotta be careful putting this back in. Hang on. There we go. Come on. Where is it? By the way, the original DVD I had of this is that. Hang on. Is that scratched at all? No, we're fine. Okay. Come on. Go in. It's because this is a flatter one. This is like a flat one. It's kind of hard to get it back in. But yeah, that is me reviewing the 2004-2005 Liverpool DVDs. If you want me to do this for the Rangers 2004-05 one, because the anniversary of that was actually 3 days ago. If you want me to do that next week, then let me know. Because I actually quite enjoyed this video. So yeah. There's your thumbnail. Hang on. There's your thumbnail. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'm going to go and watch the final again for the 4 millionth time, because I never get tired of watching that match, man. Honestly. Anyway, I'm going to go and watch that again, and I'll see you next time.